it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things, Talk Pretty Things, and it's Friday. Hooray! Who's ready for the weekend? Hey, as you jump on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know what you've got planned for the weekend. Our word of the day today is lantern, because we are going to be working on a lantern. I have this sort of in pieces right now, but this is my lantern. I've taken off some of the glass panels so I can chalk on it. This is one of the glass panels that I took off, and I painted it white. Now, I'm not sure which side I want to chalk on yet. Let's see, if I want to chalk on this one, maybe I'll chalk on this side, but I will need to clean up some of that paint. I did use acrylic paint on it. Let me see if that'll come off. And I did maybe 3 coats of paint. It took quite a bit just to keep it from getting streaky and everything. So I've got it all off on there and off. And let's see what we can do. All right. So this is going to be a quick and easy craft. And it's kind of, I think they're fun. I like to do my holiday decor and have some type of lighting that kind of glows. Like a Christmas, it's Christmas tree lights. Maybe I'll do the chalked side. I might just do this side to protect it more. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is a freshly painted surface. I just painted it a little while ago, and I'll be using a sticky transfer on it. So the first thing I want to do is apply some type of barrier that will allow me to chalk on it without the transfer sticking really tightly. If it sticks really, really tightly, it's going to stretch the transfer, and it could also pull up the paint that's down beneath the surface. And my surface wax seems to be in little pieces, so I'm just going to go ahead, smooth it on here. Now the idea is just to get a small thin coat. Now I'm not sure how this is going to change the glare. This was a gloss paint. I don't care if it's matte though. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that wax on there. I'm going to go ahead and buff it off. I just want it not to stick quite as hard. I don't want it to stretch that transfer, and I definitely do not want to pull up that painted surface underneath. So this is an economical project if you get your surface, which in my case is my lantern, at a good price. And I did get this lantern at a good price, but I'm kind of glad I'm telling you guys about this now, because with Christmas being over, there are a lot of things on sale. And I think the lanterns should really be on sale right now. Maybe they're Christmas themed, but you can always switch out some of that decor that's in there or the colors and get something that's really inexpensive. I know Michael's has got 60% off. Hobby Lobby's already had their 90 for quite a while, so they probably don't have much left. But check them out. I'm sure there's like grocery stores and stuff like that that have home decor still that probably have some good discounts. So check those out. What I'm doing right now is I'm really going to work on fuzzing this transfer to lessen the adhesive on the back. I am a little worried about it pulling off that paint on the back there. So I'm trying to lessen it a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead. I've got these, I didn't show you. This is one, I'm going to use 3 different transfers tonight. This is one of my favorites I've been waiting to use, the heart balloons. And unfortunately, it is out of stock. But I've been waiting to use it, and now is the time. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this in the background of my design here. So it'll kind of peek through the back. Sometimes when we have all 4 sides of our lanterns chalked, it tends to get lost because the back of it is see-through. And so the design just kind of washes out with the light on. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply this to the back. I'm going to use red and pink for the balloons, black for the strings. And we'll get started here. So I'm just going to apply, this is candy apple red, the paste to whatever I want to be red. Now the white areas are the areas that you're going to apply the chalk to. That is where your paste is going to come through and land on the surface behind it, which in this case is that white piece of painted glass. So I'm just going to try and mix and match these a little bit. And maybe do this one red as well. So our theme for this week has pretty much been pink, black, and red, which makes it nice. If you bought a jar of each of these, you're being good shape. And black can be used all year long. And pink, think of spring coming up. Red, of course, we just went through Christmas. And now we have Valentine's. So they're kind of versatile. A jar will last you pretty good. This is my mini squeegee. My other one was a half a mini squeegee. And the size differences are just because some of these could benefit from smaller squeegees getting in smaller areas. And if you notice, I didn't take my transfer all the way off my backer this time. I could have. Maybe I should have. I'm gonna make all these pink. And then I'll do my strings black. And we'll have those kind of moving around in the background of our lantern. Okay, I'm gonna put my leftover paste back in the jar. And I'm gonna cap it up. And we'll get our black out. And do all the strings. I don't know why I'm capping these up because I'm going to use them again, but I did. Okay. I think I'm going to use a different squeegee. This one's not a Chalk Couture squeegee, but it's got a really flexible end to it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do the strings with this. Smooth them down. And I just noticed that one of these strings over here on the pink balloon, this one right here has already got like pink string. I'm going to go over the top. Well, it's kind of an oversight. So what's new for the weekend, guys? Any big plans? I don't know how the weather's going to be this weekend. It's been cold here. It's been rainy. How's it been with you guys? Has it been nice for you? I hear that some places have got snow. Mount Lemmon up here has got snow today really bad, which is only up the street basically. But we are cold down here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off carefully because it's still attached to my everything, it seems to be. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. Okay, we've got a problem. The paint did come up. Look at this. The paint completely came up. So I can peel it right off. So that was not a good idea. So maybe it's because I used acrylic paint. Maybe if I would have used chalk paste, would have been better. Let me clean this real quick. So that's strike one against this right there. Clean this. So after all that prep, we gotta start over again. I thought I would be ahead of the game, darn it. So I'm gonna spray this with water. I'm gonna get my board eraser, brand new board eraser. It's just like a magic eraser sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that paste out of the silk screen. I'm gonna clean both sides of this. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. You can see that it even got on the transfer, the paint, because it stuck too hard. So I think it was partially because I used the acrylic paint. And it did, I mean, it's dried for an hour or so, but it was 3 layers of paint. And I just grabbed it and peeled it right off. So, what are we going to do now? I think we'll clean this transfer. Get the dirty water off. I'm gonna lay it over here kind of just to dry. I'm gonna clean this glass. And then I think I'll try painting it with chalk paste. And I don't know because it, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and just chalk right on the glass, and then afterwards I can paint the glass. Because otherwise I'm going to paint the other side, the reverse side of it. Otherwise I'm going to have to let it dry. So let's go ahead and try this again. Same process. Feels a little wet though. We don't want it to be wet because then it'll cause my paste to run. So let's give this a try. Sometimes we just hit the struggle bus, guys. Let's fuzz this a little bit more. Try to reduce that stickiness. And I'm just fuzzing the part that I'm going to use. Let me take a look at that glass and see how dirty it is. Okay. Here we go again, guys. Thank you for your patience. Top of the glass. Got my hearts down. Maybe I'll do my strings first. So this is how we learn, guys. We make mistakes. So don't ever be afraid of doing this. A lot of the times when you're using Chalk Couture and their products, a lot of times you can repair any issues that you have. For instance, like I just pulled off that whole layer of paint. Sometimes you can wipe it off with a cloth. Sometimes you can scrape it off to make repairs. So don't be afraid of that. See, a little bit there, a little bit right here. Okay, I think that's it for the strings. Let's get our pink. These two can be pink. This one can be pink. Okay. I said this was pink. Got like a lot of paste on that right there. Okay, and maybe this bottom one can be pink. And then the rest will be red. Okay. Well, let's get our red back out. So those are my colors kind of. I like the idea of red, black, and pink. You know, with Valentine's Day, I sometimes think of purple in there. And blue is always my favorite color. So blue sometimes finds its way into everything. Everything I do, guys. But let's see how this turns out for our second attempt here. I feel like I went a little messy on this. Okay. All right, let's pull this up now. Let's release it. Look at it. It worked. It worked. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and I am going to clean this again. I use this backer to help prevent it from sticking places I didn't want it to stick. So it did help a little bit. Excuse me. Let me see what's going on here. Anything? Okay. Say hello as you jump on, guys. I'd love to talk to you and see what you guys are doing, what your plans are for the weekend. Sometimes you guys give me really good ideas on what I can do to entertain myself during the weekend. I know the weather should be pretty decent. And maybe I should start on yard work. I don't know. I hate to do yard work, but when the weather's cool and the ground is kind of wet, it kind of just seems like a natural thing to do. Do you guys ever go out and do yard work in the winter? Let me know in the comments if you guys work in the yard in the winter time. Or is that just a spring and summer thing? Have you guys ever chalked on glass before? Let me know that too. We learned a few things about that today, that's for sure. The paint, do not paint with acrylic paint if you're going to do that, or paint on the back of your surface. So when you clean these, make sure that you get all the paste out of the silkscreen areas. These are reusable. You want them to be clean and ready to go for next time you want to use them. If the green part of your transfer is stained, it's okay. It's okay. When you're done cleaning it, make sure that you put it back on the backer sheet. It's going to go, there is a right side and a wrong side to put it on. You want to put it on the white side of your backer sheet. The other side will stick and you won't get it off as well. So make sure you put it back on the white side. Okay. Just going to go over this and smooth it down, get any air bubbles out, and make sure it's stuck. Okay, this is what our transfer looks like after being cleaned. You can see that some of the green looks a little stained, and that is okay. We just want to make sure it's out of the silk screen so that next time the paste will go through it. Okay, step one done, guys. Next we're gonna do, I have these cute little mini Valentines. There's one that says, "You're my number one," with Snoopy. This one says, "You rock," with Linus. "You're a catch," with Lucy. And Snoopy, "You're just my type." And I'm gonna use "just my type." I like that one. I'm in a Snoopy mood lately. Snoopy, Snoopy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut through the green part of my transfer today. Sometimes I cut through the backer as well. It just depends on what mood I'm in and how I think I want to store it. Okay, we've got to make sure that we fuzz that. I'm going to fuzz this on my shirt real quick. So my other 3 pieces of glass, I cleaned them really well, and they are inside my lantern. And I'm just going to go ahead and chalk on it. And this time I think I'm going to go maybe down a little bit, not quite to the bottom on this. And this one's not going to quite fit, but I think we'll get the idea. Anyway, Snoopy is going to be outlined in black. So we're just going to go ahead and color him in. The typewriter, I think I will do in pink just because it's Valentine's Day. So even though we don't normally type on a pink typewriter, have you guys ever typed on a pink typewriter? I think we're gonna do it right here. I had a blue typewriter. My very first typewriter, which I got for Christmas, was blue. It was a real pretty blue. It was one of those little portable typewriters. I got it from Christmas from Santa Claus. And that was my last Christmas believing in Santa, because I heard my parents yelling about it. I heard some conversation about it. So it kind of shattered. I knew that there was something up. Okay. Red there, red heart here, red heart there. And I think I'm going to grab some green. And let's just do the grass green. A little squeegee. Here we go. So this is Meadow. And I did not put Meadow in the shopping cart. I didn't really anticipate using it, but I think it'll be cute. What other color would we do the grass? Okay. Right here and right here. Okay, let's peel it up and take a look. Now remember, it didn't quite fit on here. Look, it's cute. Very cute. Put it aside. Get it cleaned up. So these are pretty easy to clean. The red and the black do stain a little bit more. They're darker colors. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on here and let it dry before I put it in the plastic sleeve. Okay, and then the other two sides, I think I'm just gonna do hearts. I'm gonna do, from this, I think I'm gonna do just the small hearts. Just small little hearts. And actually, maybe I'll just repeat the same small heart. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out. Just use part of this. So you can cut your transfers to make them into whatever you need them to be. That way they're very versatile. Go ahead and just do some random hearts. Red and pink. So these would be the sides of the glass. And I've gotten kind of messy and I kind of like it. Gotten messy and I like it. So do you see how I've kind of splotched some paint there? Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple hearts here. And maybe I'll do some pink ones as well. Okay. And then I'm going to go and do the same thing with this other heart down here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out, and I'll do some of those in pink. I'm going to have to be careful about what I've already chalked in the red so I don't smear it. So this little heart has like a outline in the center. This one I smeared in a way that I don't like it. So I'm just going to wipe that off. Okay, so here are my 4 sides done. Now, if you don't like some of those parts that I got messy on, you can wipe them off. Like this one I don't like. This pink one I don't like. I'm gonna wipe that off. So clean it up as you go. And glass is very easy to clean off. As long as you're careful with what you're touching. Okay, so that looks good. This one I like the smudges on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dry these up really quick. Do you guys use lanterns in your home? Do you ever turn on a little light, a little lantern? Do you decorate with them? Do you have one lantern that you use all the time? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in the back. Even though I want to paint the back of it, I think I'll do that maybe afterwards. And then these 2 side ones, they're gonna kind of fall if I don't, I have to pay attention to how I do them. Whoops. And I hope they're dry enough to slide without scratching. There we go. That one up. And I am putting them in with the painted side out, which means that they're going to scratch easily. I could have put them in the reverse for the 2 sides and the back. I did for the back. But the front, if I put it in backwards, the words wouldn't be correct. So I'm going to go ahead and put the top one in. And it doesn't seem to have anything to hold it. So this is my bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. it should snap in, and then I can secure it with the screws. Okay, I've got my screws right here, and a screwdriver right here. See if we can get these in, guys. I'm hoping that they're going to grab what they need to grab. This one did not grab. One more, guys. We're almost done. I know it's hard to watch somebody work like this, and I apologize. But I want to make a bow and finish this up the right way. Okay, got it all in. Let's turn it on. So I do have a couple messy spots. Let me see, I can clean those up just a little bit. And I'm using a little bit of Windex on my paper towel, but you could also just scrape it off with your fingernail or some other hard object. Down here, I think when I slid the piece, the glass in, I kind of smeared a little bit of this. So you may have to clean up a little bit. Okay. This one looks okay. This one looks okay. This is the one I kind of like the smears on. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. And I would like to paint the back of this. Let me get a piece of paper. Let's see, if this were white, do you see how that would show up more? So I would like to go ahead and paint that white so that it'll show up better. Or put a piece of paper back there. So let's go ahead and work on a bow. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray these little, I always say clean them right away, so let's get them wet at least. Okay, I have some ribbons here. Pinks. I don't think I'm going to use this one. Let's use this wide ribbon here. I'm not sure if I want like a raggy bow or a loopy bow. Let's see what we're gonna get. I'm gonna get out this. Clean this a little bit. Just to get it out of the way. Okay. Okay, so let's do these two. Let's do like that long a tail. Let's just do all our ribbons together, actually. Let's do these two together. So this is going to be like a 5-inch tail. We're going to go to 5 inches here, and we're going to flip it. So we're going to go ahead and flip it right here in the middle so that the pretty side, well, no, we're not. We're going to leave that one like that. We're going to take it, put these together still, and then we're going to flip it. Is it both sides? No. Okay, so which was the pretty side? Pretty side down, 5-inch tail. Pretty side up, 5-inch tail. Five-inch loop. Maybe a 4-inch loop. Let's do a 4-inch loop. 3-inch loop, 4-inch loop. Okay, we're gonna flip it. So pretty side is out again. Pretty side's down. And pretty side is down. We're gonna do another bow. We're gonna do 2 bows on each side. So my hardest part is I get tangled up. Pretty side, 4-inch bow. Flip it, turn it. Pretty side up. Wedge it. 4 inches. Flip it. And do one last loop of 4 inches. And then we're going to cut it to 5 inches. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail these right now. So dovetail just means to fold it in half and cut a V into it. And the V is going to, the top of the V is going to end up in the middle of your bow. Okay, one V. Let's do the other one. And I'm going through both lengths of ribbon. Fold it in half, cut it from the outside selvage up towards the middle. Okay. And now I've got these two. Let's do a couple of these, maybe just this one. Let's do this red one, red hearts. We'll do this one next, guys. This one's a little smaller. I think I'm going to end up tying it off with this as well. Okay. Okay. Now what I've got is a piece of wire. or not really wire. This is string. It's like a decorative string. And I'm going to put it underneath, which usually I do this ahead of time. But we're going to lift it up out of its cradle. And we're going to tie it right in the middle. And I'm definitely not a bow maker. I should have looped it, but that's okay. We'll get this to work. May not be the most pretty bow, but we're going to do it. Okay, let's move this knotted area to the back. Go ahead and tie it in a tight knot. Okay, let's go ahead and pretty up our bow. Wow, I don't know what happened to this little one. But I'm just going to go ahead and fan these down. The tails are going to go up and down. And then the bows, I'm going to separate the loops. So I'm separating the loops on this. So since this pink was here, I'm going to make sure to do the opposite on this one. Okay. So separate them. So the pink's on the outside. So make sure this time that the other one's going to be opposite. Okay. We have a tail here. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to go ahead and tie it around the top. Kind of fluff it so it looks pretty. Bring our tails down. And fluff your bows up at the top so that they're higher. Give it some lift. Then here is our project, our finished project. Snoopy on the front. Some hearts on this side. Some heart balloons on this side. And more on this side. And I think I am going to add a piece of paper. Add a piece of paper to the back. So it'll be like that. What do you guys think? Did it turn out okay? Kind of a little struggle here and there, but I think we learned through all these lessons, and it still turned out really cute. If you love it, give it a heart. I know this string is a little long here. Needs to be adjusted. So I will adjust it. We can figure out which one it is. This one. Nope. Anyway, all right, give it a heart if you love it. Let me know what you think, what I could have done different, what you would have done. If you want more information on this project, go ahead and feel free to email me. If you want the list that I used, the supplies I used, type in the word lantern, L-A-N-T-E-R-N. And please share this with anyone you know that loves crafting. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.